My name is Nick. I'm a full-time trader and entrepreneur. We put out tons of stuff for free for traders.
These are real trades. This is real money. I'm putting my money on the line.
This is going to be a live trading video. Here, locking in over $1,000 on this trade.
Wow, I'd love to get in on this.
Technical insights that really look good to me.
Here we go. We're live.
Well, hello guys. Welcome back to another stream. Happy Friday to you. I'm actually kind of shocked that I got here as soon as I did. I was late getting ready this morning and sprinted over here. You should have seen me. If there was like a first person view, you would have seen me just like bumbling through my place to get to the computer, but we are here now, and I don't want to. I try not to be late, just because I know there's a lot of people who show up to these streams right on time, and so I feel like as the host, I should probably be here on time as well. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. It is a Friday, so happy Friday to you, my friends. We've got some stuff to talk about, talking about the dollar, talking about this week as sort of a slow week up until now, but we're going to wait to see if there's anything Friday high impact with this Fed situation. We'll see. We'll have to just keep an eye on it, but let's do some things. Let's take a look at some of the variables that we can look at. Let's take a look at the currency heat map, for example, just to start out the day. What's moving? What's not? It seems like GBP is having a really good day. If you guys are trading the pound, anybody trading the pound today? Let me know in the chat what you guys are trading. I'm curious, and we can try and look at some of the charts that you'd like to look at. So we do see the Aussie and the pound very, very strong today. That will be interesting to see if that can keep going into next week. Because remember, these sort of anything that, you've got NZD, CAD, Aussie, and GBP. Those ones are generally the more risk on currencies. People tend to be more aggressively buying those currencies when market sentiment is optimistic. So we are seeing a boost in some sentiment around these currencies today, though we are also seeing some US dollar strength. And then, of course, we've got the inherently risk-off currencies like JPY and CHF more on the sell side today. So maybe there's a little bit of appetite for risk going into next week, just some things to think about if you're going to be trading things like the S&P, etc. By the way, if you guys aren't already on our email list, getting the currency strength emails that we sent out, head over to the website. You guys can go use the site anytime you want. It's just a1trading.com. I'll even drop the link for you guys here so you can go grab this. But what you can do is just click that link that I just dropped in the chat down below, and then just click this button, click access free, put your email in there. And what that's going to do is it's actually going to let you get emails from us. So our team, not myself, but our team here at A1 Trading, we send out emails throughout the week on, top market movers, things like that might be helpful to you. So if that would be interesting to you, it's completely free. Just head over and click that access free button and you can get alerts. And you can also check out the currency heat map anytime you would like. Just a little free Friday thing for you. So check it out. So again, you got some pound movements, you've got some Aussie movements, and it does seem like the yen and the CHF are sort of the losers on the day. Jordan says he's selling the pound. That's a tough day. It's a strong day for the pound, I suppose. Pound Aussie is one that FO Zhang is looking at. Cool. So yeah, let's short on GJ. That's a tough day as well, I would imagine. Cool. All right, let's talk about it. One thing I want to talk about is actually, yes, right here. Someone pointed out. Carr said that next week we do have NFP, which is very true. Next week on Friday. Remember that Friday of the first month is always NFP. Now, NFP is a big deal because it is basically unemployment. Now, if that doesn't mean much to you, well, it does to the markets. And that's why NFP has the potential. If you've ever watched some NFP spikes, it can be quite volatile. You can get some crazy moves in the market in a short period of time. Now, every month when we talk about NFP, I get the question from some of the newer traders in the audience who say, Nick, which way is NFP going to go? Is the dollar going to go up or is the dollar going to go down? Because again, NFP is the US unemployment. So people come over here and they say, well, which way is it going, Nick? Is the NFP going to make the US dollar go up or is it going to make it go down? And the true answer, 100% honest, is I don't know. And that is why it is called news. right? And I am being sarcastic and being a jerk, but the point here is that, you know, when we're talking about news, that means it's new information, at least to the public. And I don't have access to that information before it goes to the public. So news is something that I sit on the sidelines and I watch. I can't possibly predict which way it's going to go. Uh, I mean, I can have an opinion, I can have a general idea, but I can't know for sure until after the actual spike occurs, right? So NFP is one of those things that we have seen some pretty dramatic moves for. You know, you've seen some very, very aggressive moves, both up and down, in response to jobs numbers. So keep that on your watch list. Next week, we do have NFP on Friday, which has the potential to move the US dollar all week. So that is something to keep on your radar. In terms of the current situation with the US dollar, let's look at this thing from a 4-hour chart and see if we can get an idea. It does seem like we have found a temporary bottom here for the US dollar. We'll point this out. You can see it does seem like we have found support there at 92.8, finding some buyers. We did a nice little double bottom and then actually broke out to the upside today, or it looks like we're trying to, which could lead us to do something like this. Let's zoom in a little bit on price and let's talk about this US dollar move. So again, you had this little level here, 1-2 times where it really tried to break through. And then you can kind of see we had this level of supply, right? So the US dollar has been caught in a range. So if you've been trading in the USD pairs like myself, I have just been really, really bored waiting on the dollar to move, right? And so basically we saw price come into this channel and just go back and forth, back and forth. And now it does seem like we have shown some signs that maybe we want to break out. And so going into next week, if you're watching the dollar pairs, this could be something interesting to watch for. Can we get a break next week out of this range and continuing to the upside? Like I said, it does seem like we have found some support, and it does look like we have the potential to see this overall broader trend continue. My first bet is usually to look to go with the trend, and you can actually see, oh, that's the wrong thing. Let me change my template to main. We'll put this back on. There we go. So again, the moving averages line up nicely. They look pretty good. And to me, it's just watching to see, can we get that breakout towards the end of the week? That's going to be the big question there. I do have some positions going into the weekend that I am holding. Some of you guys inside of the Discord who have seen my trades in there may know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about NZD JPY. I'll pull that up just to talk about it. We'll see how that one's doing. So here's my current position on NZD USD, not NZD JPY. So I said I'm taking a short here a couple days ago. Like I said, I've just been sitting on the sidelines waiting. I said I'm taking a short on NZD USD, as I mentioned on stream. I like this level. Technical reasoning, retest of major resistance, overall downtrend, 61.8% retracement, and possibly overextended. So there was the technical analysis that I shared in my trade alert. And then the fundamental reasoning, I said I'm bullish on the dollar going into the Fed meeting this week. I believe we could see dollar strength should the Fed decide to take a more aggressive stance on tapering, which the rumors have sort of been in agreement to that. There have been a couple sort of Fed individuals who have talked more aggressively about tapering. So we'll see if that can continue to play out. At the same time, I am bearish on NZD and Aussie due to lockdowns and lagging economic activity. So I am short biased on the NZD USD. I took this trade. I shared it in our Discord. And so we'll see how that's going. Why didn't you buy NZD JPY at the beginning of the week? I don't know why I didn't. I haven't been trading. I've been really focused on the USD recently, Ivan. So I don't know. I might keep that on my watch list, but I paused on my NZD bullishness, actually. I paused on it due to their basically their lackluster sort of flop on the monetary policy meeting that they were supposed to talk about raising rates. That was really bullish for the NZD. And then they basically said, yeah, we got some cases, so we're going to hold off on that. We're going to pause or postpone that rate hike. And so to me, that was sort of just a signal for the time being to not be super long biased on NZD unless it switches back to sort of that, here comes the rate hike kind of situation, which we'll keep on the horizons for sure. But I am, like I said, short bias on NZD USD at this time. We'll take a look at that just to see how it's going. It's taking its time, I'll tell you that much. So I entered short back here, and you guys look at this entry. Like I was sitting there, I remember feeling really good about that entry because you can actually see, check this out. So I'm going to draw this level. So this is what I sent to members. Remember, I said, let me take these MAs off for a second. So I sent to members. I was like, okay, yeah, I like NZD USD on the short side. Here is one of the levels that I'm looking for. So here's the high, here's the low, and I like this 61.8. Price came up to that level, barely tapped, just barely tapped past that 61.8. I entered short right there. And then by the end of the day, we were looking really, really good. And I was hoping that we would just get that flush right on back down. But again, sometimes the market's just going to make you wait. So ended up just consolidating for a while. We're looking okay going into next week. Let's see next week. A big thing for me is, can the dollar strength continue? Can we get a true break? So for me on my position, I am looking for some form of a breakout underneath this low here. I'd really like to see price close where these wicks were not able to, right? So again, if I look at maybe the 1 hour chart here, we're getting a good candle here. We'll see if that can last. I'd like to see a close underneath this sort of barrier that we've seen. I think that could be a trigger zone for the NZD USD to the short side. Like I mentioned, I entered way back here. So I've been sort of sitting on my hands for a long time here on this position, most of the week actually. So I am in this trade. I'm looking for more downside. We'll see if we can get it. And so what I'm going to be doing is just holding that into the weekend and giving it a chance maybe to pick up where it left off next week. If you're not already in our Discord and you would like to see the trades that I am taking in real time, I take real trades. I'm not a, poser or anything like that. None of those, honestly, I had someone send me a message. I should say this. I had someone send me a message and they were like, Nick, your position sizes are small compared to some of the other traders out there. And I said, well, listen, first of all, let me give you guys a few tips. It is a Friday, so we're going to do a little tip session. Don't compare yourself ever, not just in trading, but just in life. It's really not helpful to compare yourself. There's always going to be somebody who is more successful, stronger, bigger, taller, faster, more money. There's always going to be someone that's going to be, you can compare yourself and you can make yourself feel bad. But in trading, it's also dangerous because people say, hey, you need to have a bigger lot size. You should be making more money. Why aren't you better or whatever? And there are people out there who are doing better than me. There are better traders than me. What's more important is that I'm doing my own thing, right? I'm doing what works for me. Okay. And so I want to encourage you guys out there. If you're trading with a 0.01 lot size and you're learning to trade, don't let any jerk on the internet tell you, oh, you should be making more money. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, you're dumb. You're taking your time. None of that, you guys. Let that 0.01 do its thing. Let it teach you lessons that, you could either learn those lessons the hard way by losing ginormous amounts of money, or you could just be a humble little guy, like hopefully myself. And that's kind of contradictory. I just said I'm humble, which is not humble at all. But the point here, you guys, is like, just don't let anybody tell you that you're not doing enough or you're not making enough. Because also, here's another thing. You're also comparing yourself to a big load of cap. If you don't know what cap is, it's what the young kids say today when they're talking about somebody who is basically BSing, right? It's another word for BS. When somebody fakes and makes it look better than it is, that's cap, right? And so you got a lot of cap on Instagram. By the way, I got my account hacked on Instagram, which that's another thing I'm dealing with. But cap is so annoying, right? Because you get these people on the internet, you will look at them and they're showing these huge profits. They're like, oh yeah, I'm up 5K for the day, right? And I do this every day. And then they never show you that it's a real account. If they're on Instagram, you should see something like this. That's the live symbol. If they are on MetaTrader 4, you should be able to see the live tag at the top of the left. And really, they should be able to show you some form of track record if they're really real, right? So the thing is, don't buy into cap. They're showing you something that's not real to try and flex on you, but don't let that discourage you. Like, do your thing, king or queen. Forget the rest, man. So just a little insight for you. Nick, I feel discouraged because I feel like I can't consistently get the trades right. T, you're not the only one. I can't get them consistently right either. It's more about when you're right, what do you do with it? And when you're wrong, what do you do with it? Like, let me show you this. So I'm in this trade, right? In ZDUSD. I am short on this trade. If this trade goes against me, I'm going to take a small loss relative to the account. So I could get this wrong. I could be completely wrong about this trade setup and take a loss. Or if this thing goes in my favor, what am I going to do? I'm going to try to the best of my ability, catch a big win, right? It's not greed. It's not, sometimes people are like, oh, just take your profits. Like you should just close out right now. No. The market rewards people who are patient, right? The market rewards people who hold on to winners and stubbornly, just sit there and patiently wait for the market to do their thing, right? So it's not about being right all the time. It's about letting your winners work for you when they are willing to work, right? That's it. That's it, Big G. You're right. We can just control the risk, but no one can control the market. That's exactly right. My lot size is 10. Well, that's awesome. Is it a demo account? Be honest. If it's not, then you must have a lot of money, which is awesome. Good for you. Are there boys out there that you can make 1 to 2% per month? Yeah, 1 to 2% is very reasonable. I'm going to draw down, Nick. It happens. I'm going to draw down myself overall. Drawdown is part of the game. Okay, I lost $1,000 in XAU USD. I'm so stressed. Oh, and you're the same person who used a 10 lot, right? I'm not trying to pick on you, but I'm trying to just piece this together. Yes, now I have no money. Oh, you used a 10 lot. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's go take a look at gold. Okay, so if you're in gold and you're trading with a 10 lot, you better have millions in your account. Millions. I'm not kidding. If you're going to be trading gold with 10 lots, you should have probably $1 million plus in your account. If you don't, you are absolutely 110%. Put my hand on any holy book that you'd like me to. You're gambling. Okay. Because 10 lots is humongous. That is a ginormous bet on gold. And you should have a huge account if you're going to be risking that. Otherwise, you're gambling. And if you gambled and you made that mistake, all you can do now, if you made this mistake, and I'm not just talking to you, whatever your name was, it started with an A, Argia. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to a lot of people because a lot of people make this mistake, right? A lot of people look at gold and they say, oh my God, I just put a 10 lot and now I lost $1,000. What am I supposed to do? Well, it's not your fault that the market went against you. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. It is your fault that you chose to put such a big position on. And all you can do is accept the mistake, and either, if you don't like trading, stop trading, or accept the mistake and accept that you're not going to ever make that mistake again, because so many people make that mistake. You are not alone. Like probably most people make the mistake of massively over leveraging their account, and then they lose their account. They blow that money right up, and then they're back to the drawing board. The only thing that you can do is forgive yourself and say, I'm an idiot. I'm stupid, whatever. I'm gonna not do that ever again. Do VIP giveaways? We give away like so much stuff for free, but maybe we'll do some more VIP giveaways in the future, but I wouldn't wait on it because it's very rare. 10 lot for gold. You are going to look like a rock star if you're right. You're also going to look very scared if you're wrong. Yes, Nick, I know. I'm not picking on you. I really, like I said, Demas, I think that you are not alone in that. So many people have made that mistake, and I'm not trying to criticize you. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. The truth is, when you make that mistake, you have to say, oh my God, I just took a huge loss, and there's nothing I can do to get that money back. All I can do, there's no revenge trading that's going to get that money back. All we can do is correct the behavior that was so silly that got us in trouble in the first place, and then don't do it again, right? I'm trading alone and it's so stressful. Trading is stressful for anybody, but I will say what reduces the stress is smaller positions. If you are trading and you have a very small account and you are sitting there and you're like, I'm just like stressed out of my mind, your account positions are probably too big, right? So yeah, gambling makes big profits. It also makes way bigger losses long term. Guaranteed. If you're just gambling, guaranteed losses long term if you keep doing it. Okay. With that said, what are we thinking with gold next week? Well, gold looks like it's taking a little bit of a dip here. We were not able to recover all the way back to the highs at 1810 this week. So it does look like gold may be possibly headed back to retest 1780 going into next week, especially if dollar strength continues. If you're watching gold and you have a bullish or bearish perspective, actually, this level looks pretty key. So what I mean by that is that for the bulls, you definitely don't want to see that break. In fact, that may be an area to look for continuation if you're bullish on the gold market. However, if you're watching gold and you have a sell bias, I would say a key spot to look for if you're more of a swing trader like myself, this is a 4-hour chart, would be to see a break of 1780 and then looking for like continuations. Maybe there's a move back on down to the lows, right? That could be something to look out for going into next week if we get some big bearish moves on the gold market. And remember, when gold gets moving, it can really get moving. Look at these moves that we saw in the last couple of weeks. That's aggressive selling, aggressive selling. We have seen some nice buyback. You guys may have seen, I took a buy trade down in the lows. I was able to get out of there with a nice profit. And so it is just a matter of, waiting to see what this trend wants to do, or if it wants to fail out and keep going lower. I think we hit 1700 for gold. 1700. I mean, I think that I will say this. I think that gold has shown some pretty strong resilience down there at 1680 to 1700. I think that we did find some good support there. Will we retest it? It's very possible. We could just see, a nice little range bound move back on down to the lows. But I do think that you do have some very interested buyers down in that region. Like I said, I bought that market down there just because I knew that, I didn't know for sure that that was going to go back up, but I had a strong sort of idea that this area seemed very, very bullish previously. We had a beautiful double bottom there. And so the retest of that area, I thought could have a pretty good shot at bouncing back. We did see that. Now it's just a question of that's going to follow through or not. I think right where we sit, we are in the middle of a big range for gold. Back to the 4-hour chart, the big idea here is a breakout either way is probably pretty indicative of gold's momentum. If we see something like this, breakout to the upside, continuations next week could be big. Same thing to the downside. We see a downside move, retest, continuations. Both of those scenarios could be valid and probably will be reliant on some form of fundamental catalyst on the US dollar and maybe the inflation situation, monetary policy situation, risk on or risk off sentiment, etc. So we're going to have to wait to see. Next week, I think, is really where you're going to find some interest, right? You may have going into NFP next week. If you get numbers that are really good for the US, that could send gold right on back down. And again, vice versa. Bad numbers could be very strong for gold in response. So one dislike is from the Insta hacker. Yes, it's possible. I'm really bummed about that situation. I am in contact with Instagram the best I can be. But we had basically, for those guys who don't know, my Instagram got spam reported and got taken down. I've never done, to my knowledge, I've never done anything wrong on Instagram. All I ever do is post silly memes of myself dancing. So and trading ideas and stuff like that. So I don't think I've ever done anything wrong, but this guy actually threatened to get my account taken down, and then he did. So he threatened he sent me an Instagram DM. He was like, if you don't send me $1,000, I'm going to get your account taken down. And then I was like, okay, I'm not even going to deal with that. Like, that's not real. And then sure enough, the next day my account was disabled, and now I'm fighting with Instagram to try and get my account back. And it's like, nothing is working. And it's like, are you kidding me? That's just so stupid. So it's very, very frustrating. They were jealous of the dance moves. Yeah, they definitely were. I mean, who wouldn't be? If you can dance like me, life is just your playing field. I'm kidding. I am trash at dancing. I gotta start learning how to dance. How much USD suitable to start full-time trading journey? Full-time? Oh, that's a big loaded question. How much money you have to trade full time? I've made videos on that. I'd say the short answer, if you want the short answer, if you live in the US, probably $500,000 to $1 million. People don't like that answer because that's it's not a fun answer. People want to hear, sometimes I hear people say like, "Oh, you just need 20K to trade full time." And I'm like, maybe if you are a demigod at trading, you could trade for a living with 20K. But real quick, if you had 20K, and remember on this channel, we don't talk about all the BS. We don't do the nonsense. Victoria says you're too squeaky clean, Nick, for your account to be down. Thank you, Victoria. That means a lot. Although, I don't know. It seems like I don't know. We're just gonna try and get the account back. I hope it comes back. We'll see. If it doesn't, at least we've got YouTube here. But sad nonetheless. 20K. If you had 20K in account and you did something conservative, like, because remember, if you're trying to trade for a living, you can't be like blowing accounts and all in and betting crazy. You have to go for conservative amounts if you're going to be trading for a living, right? If you're living off your trading and you make something like 2 to 3% per month, which is fairly conservative, right? That is a reasonable figure to try and go for on average. You might have 5% months. You might have a 10% month, but you also might have a down 5% month. You might have a down 3% month. On average, if you were to able to get 2 to 3% per month, good months and bad months. I have to keep saying it because people always get frustrated when I say 2 to 3% a month. But it's the truth. I've been doing this long enough. Please, like, if you trust someone in the industry, you should probably trust nobody, but you should always test concepts. And I invite you, go test concepts, try strategies. And I'm telling you, 2 to 3% per month, long-term consistently is very, very good. People don't like to hear that. But again, that's only $20,000, right? 1% would be, where's my math? Am I just silly? 2% would be 10% would be 2,000, right? So, or sorry, 10% would be 4,000. What is with my math today? I'm going to literally have to get a calculator out. Am I that stupid today? I'm just slow. It's this morning. So $20,000 times 0.02 is $400. I don't know why I was getting tricked up with that. I was thinking it was 200,000. That's why I was getting messed up. $400 is not enough to live off of, right? If you made 2% a month. Now, if you had 500,000 and you made the same, again, same reasonable 2 to 3% per month. I already know you guys are making fun of me. LOL. Yes, that was embarrassing. I'm sorry. To 500,000, 2 to 3%, right? If we had 500,000 in an account and you made just 2%, because again, I know that you can make there are months where you can make more than 2 to 3%. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you're trading for a living, you don't want to go for something much more than this to rely on it for your living, right? So if you had 500,000, now you're talking about $10,000 a month. That's great. That's like a very, very great living, right, in the US. And this might be different in your country if you're outside of the US. I'm just pointing out what the US standards would be. So to me, 500,000 to $1 million, like long term, you invest in your account, you build your account, and then you make 2 to 3% per month. You're looking great, right? I go for 10% per month. Alex, I wish you the best in that. I've never seen somebody who can actually show me a track record from like myfxbook.com that has 10% per month for a long period of time. So I'm not saying that you can't do it, but I'm saying that I've never seen it done. You may be the greatest of all time, which would be awesome. But I would ask also, like, long-term, track your performance. See if you can get 10% per month. If you can do it consistently for over a year, send me a DM and I will hire you because I would love to have your trading insights inside of our community. Or at least I will invite you to join us. We'd love to have you on the staff. But the point is 10% per month, like, sounds reasonable to a new trader. But to an experienced trader, they know that 10% per month is very, very unrealistic because when you go for 10% per month, you may have months where you're up 10%. You may have months where you're up 20%. Then you have months that you're down 10%, 20%. And if you mess up one time, you're going to likely blow the account, right? You can't do 10% every month for sure. This is month I'll be flat. Yeah. So Alex, the point is like average, right? There are months where I've had 10% months, but on average, I'm still going for 2 to 3%, right? Because then there's months where I'm down 3%, down 4%, down 5%, flat 1%, 3%, right? The average is what matters. It's not about what you can get every month. You're gonna have varying performance. Does 10% a month with binary options count? Yes, but binary options are inherently even more high risk. So if you can show me track record, I'd be very, very proud. I'd be like, you are the best ever. But it would have to be over a year, because a lot of times you can do 10% for 3 months in a row, but it starts getting really difficult to actually do consistently 10% a month for over a year. 10% consistently, that's too ambitious. Yeah, it's really, really high. What are some bot names that can give 1 to 2% a month? Bots, you're gonna have to do some research on that. I think bots are not going to do everything for you, no matter what bot you're using, unless you're like on Wall Street and you have like a super bot. Bots to me are more just a convenience tool. They're not like a one-stop shop. Give me all the answers. Just trade my account. Like even the bots that I run, I manage them, right? So I'm still like the bot that I run is the Grandmaster EA. It's a tool on our website. If you go to A1 Trading, you can go read about it, but it's like a 95% automated, and then 5% I just have to like adjust parameters and change the conditions every once in a while. But it does most of the work. So there's one. Some traders make 5% a day, and that's crazy for me. 1,000% a year. Firefighter, that they don't. That's a lie. There are days where they make 5%. There are days where they lose 5%. The problem with social media is that they can show you what they want to show you, right? What if I only uploaded videos of me making huge money? You guys would think I'm the greatest trader of all time, right? But I try and upload both my wins and my losses, because I want to put it in perspective so that you at home, you're not a YouTuber, you're a real person. Like you're actually trying to just trade and learn and build an account, right? You don't want to see just the nonsense. 5% a day, if you were able to do 5% a day consistently, we would see all over the world, the top day trader people becoming the world's richest people. Day trading, short-term trading is not as easy as 5% a day. That would be amazing, but it is not true. It's a hype dream on social media that's showing you something that's not real. Okay. Making 10% on a 10 account. Hey, I'm telling you, like I said, just drop the MyFX book link and I will literally be so proud of you. Like if you can show me 10% per month for a year, I'm asking anybody. Like I've said this, I've asked for someone to send me a link like this for 2 years on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter. I've asked people for this for 2 years and not one person has ever sent me their link. So I'm telling you, like that's not me trying to be a negative person. That's me telling you guys that's not realistic, right? I'm telling you that so that people don't go out there and blow their accounts trying to do it when nobody can show that, right? Comeback Kid does 2%. I love that. 2%, 3%. Now we're talking, right? Consistently. That's huge. Can short-term trading have the same profits as medium-term trading? Yeah, it's just dependent on your strategy and what you're doing and how well it's working for you, right? Short-term trading can be more profitable, less profitable. Investing can be more profitable, less profitable. It's all just, there's all forms of different investing, trading strategies, out there. So with that said, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream. We've pretty much come to a slowdown here at the end of the week. It is Friday, so the markets are going to be slowing down. So I don't really have anything else to talk about market-wise. We've covered everything very, very extensively this week. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little lecture that we've been doing, or just back and forth conversations. I really appreciate it. So just coming in. I like Trader Nick, but he is a noob. I am a noob. But I can drop you a MyFX book link if you'd like. And I believe that you cannot drop me yours. So if I am the noob and you don't have a link, what does that make you? I'm not trying to gotcha, but gotcha. I'm kidding. It's all fun and games. I am totally a noob in some things in life. I am totally a noob in some things in life, that's for sure. I can't dance. I really wish I could dance. All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Also, make sure to subscribe if you're new here. If you enjoyed this stream, like I said, come back and hang out in the future. Appreciate you guys as always, and have a great weekend.
I know you were expecting Nick, but my name's Julie and I do the real work around here. I wanted to take a second to thank you guys for watching the show and tell you more about some free content that we offer. One of the things that we offer is a free email newsletter. So if you click the link down below, you can sign up for free market analysis, trading tips, and exclusive offers. Every once in a while, someone here at A1 Trading takes a crazy trade and you'll be the first one to know about it. See you guys next time.